Kids, get your popcorn now. Let me tell you the story of the space Viking, Thor Odinson. He was no ordinary man. He was a god. After saving planet Earth for the 500th time, Thor set off on a new journey. Well, he got in shape. He went from dad bod to god bod. And after all that, he reclaimed his title as the one and only Thor. Oh, spoke too soon.
Jane? The old ex-girlfriend.
What's it been like? 3, 4 years?
8 years, 7 months and 6 days, give or take.
Am I, sensing feelings?
Well, you're right.
The only ones who gods care about is themselves.
So this is my vow. All gods will die. I just want to say that was very, very impressive what you did back there.
He's just my first bad guy.
You never forget your first.
You are not like the other gods of kill.
Because I have something worth fighting for.
Let's see who you are. I take off your disguise. And flick.
Oh,
You flicked too hard, damn it!
Should we help him?
And eventually, grape.
And that was a Thor Love and Thunder trailer. So tomorrow I'm going to go watch this movie, and I'll link or you can basically skip to my review if you want to. I'll put the timestamp somewhere on the screen. But okay, my predictions for what's going to happen in this movie. Well, obviously I have Gore the God Butcher has appeared with the sword. The sword in the comics is all black, the Necro Sword, which was a weapon crafted by Null, the first symbiote deity, from the first symbiote, and Null is the symbiote deity in the comics. But I think in the movie, they're not going to introduce symbiotes because that's a Sony-owned property. I think what they're going to do in this movie is say that Gore's from the Shadow Realm, and that's why everything, like, his hue is just black and white. His essence has no color. And obviously color is provided by the Infinity Stones within the MCU. And, even though they were atomized, their radiation still provides the whole universe with color. So Gore is basically from the Shadow Realm, where monsters and such lurk. Gore the God Butcher in the comics, he's a great villain. His villainy in this movie, Kristen Bell's portrayal of it, may even be up there with Thanos, in my opinion. Or at least I hope it is, So basically what's going to happen in this movie, my thoughts is Thor is on this adventure trying to find himself with the Guardians. They then split up. Thor comes back to Earth and with news that, this new guy, Gore is here to kill us all. Well, all being gods, because Gore only wants to kill gods. Obviously, Valkyrie, he's going to meet Jane there beforehand. Korg and the rest of them lot are going to go to the Pantheon of Gods. And the Pantheon of the Gods in the comics are all of the MCU's gods, just all meeting up, having a little meeting session, if you know what I'm saying. He's going to try and ask them for help. Probably that doesn't go well, because we see in the trailer that Valkyrie's licking a blade with gold blood, and the gold blood is obviously from gods like Zeus, I guess, and the Greek gods, Egyptian gods. The Black Panther goddess Bast is going to be in there. After they're denied the help, it's going to be Jane and Thor, Valkyrie just going up against Gore. Hopefully they don't kill him off. I don't want them to kill him, because I feel like he has a bit more potential, because in the comics there's this arc where he tries to create a god bomb that will virtually wipe out every single god in the universe to just kill them off, basically. The reason Gore wants everyone, all the gods, dead is because his planet was it was an unnamed planet in the comics. His son and wife or children, whatever, they were starved because he didn't know gods existed. So like how he knew they came to exist was one day a good god and a bad god crash landed on this unnamed planet in front of him after his wife and children died, and the bad god was winning. The good god asked Gore for help, and Gore denied it because he was like, you didn't help us when we needed help, so why should I help you now? And then after Gore helps kill the good god, the bad god gifts All Black the Necro Sword, the weapon we see he's wielding in the trailer, and he basically goes on this whole mission to kill the gods. Oh, don't mind me, I'm just worthy enough to wield Mjolnir. But yeah, all jokes aside, the movie looks good. That's my predictions of what's going to happen, and you'll see within the next 20-30 seconds what exactly happens. So, see you there. Well. As you can see, I am extremely, extremely happy because I've just watched Thor Love and Thunder, and wow. Better than Multiverse of Madness. I'll just start with that. Now, timestamps here, if you want to skip to certain parts where I talk about, or just skip to my final review, you can skip ahead. But for those of you, stick around. Storyline. Well, the story, I did predict a little bit of it. Opened with, obviously, Gore's backstory. His daughter dies, doesn't show his wife. They don't even show the name of the planet, keeping true to the comics. Literally just named an unnamed planet. Obviously progressing Thor and Jane's love story. It shows how they broke up, because that wasn't a moment that was shown to us audience members back in Endgame. It wasn't shown how they broke up, and wow, it is powerful stuff. The whole story, the conclusion of it as well, perfection. Just because, like, it did fulfill a lot of character arcs that were built within the movie, and for Thor, this arc that was built over time of like his loss, getting over the loss, accepting, it's fine to be attached to someone, to have a love, because as Peter Quill said in the movie, it's better to love someone and feel bad about it than to not love someone at all and just push everyone away, which Thor was doing. Characters. Christian Bale as Gore was probably the best choice Taika Waititi has made. Every time Gore was on screen, first of all, the tone would change to serious. So say like you had the character of Korg having his witty comments. Next scene, Gore's on the screen, it demanded a serious tone. His character just did that, and his acting proved that. His ability to create sympathy, and it shows the similarities to Thanos, how we could also empathize with Thanos and his mission. That same way we can empathize with Gore. His desire to get rid of the gods that, neglected his daughter. It's just really powerful stuff, and Christian Bale was amazing at it. Obviously, I had Thor's character in this film, although he did have funny moments, which I enjoyed. I loved the funny moments. Probably the best part of the movie. His character in this movie completed his arc. Well, not completed, but fulfilled point of his arc, the acceptance of love, and it's not right to push people away, and you just rather accept them. He also dealt with his past love breakup with Jane. Character of Jane, I wasn't expecting her Thor to be so good, right? Like, she really fit the role of Thor. And don't get me wrong, some lines were cringy, a little bit cringy. I don't know why I felt that way. It's just, maybe it wasn't the delivery, it was just sort of the things that were said. So like her catchphrases and stuff, I found a little bit cringy. But one powerful moment was when, as Jane is about to die, she whispers one final catchphrase in Thor's ear, and that's like hidden from the audience. So it was a powerful moment for me. So like she had all this catchphrases built up, and then just to have a personal one between Jane and Thor was just a great moment to add in, and it was really powerful in the moment. Valkyrie and Korg, although side characters, did have some development. So Korg not as much, he's there for comedic effect, right? But there was one scene where it was really sad. He got, chopped through the body with the Zeus's thing, and he crumbles. You thought he died. I almost thought, I did believe, is he dead? And then there was another moment where Valkyrie gets stabbed, and it's like, damn, is she gonna die now? It's so weird, but it also shows Taika Waititi knew what he was doing with Thor's arc. So obviously Thor is connected to these two people quite greatly, and coming close to losing them was just a stepping stone to finally being able to love openly and not just push people away. So it did feed into Thor's arc there. Post-credit scenes. Yeah, the first post-credit scene. Zeus is still alive, and he's basically monologuing. Well, not, he's actually talking to someone, but that isn't revealed till the later part of it. And we are shown he's talking to Hercules, and he's basically saying how he wants to go and exact revenge on Thor. I mean, I'm really excited for that. They've created good hype around that. Obviously, Zeus's character as well during the Pantheon of Gods bit was amazing as well. He was the Greek accent, you know, the little witty stuff, and like, but he also commanded power, and he wasn't just like some throwaway god who's just like, you know, he didn't care. But now he's got a mission now to go to send his son after Thor. And I feel like that fight can be like really, really big if they do it right. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. They created good hype around that. The second post-credit scene. Throughout the movie, they were foreshadowing Valhalla and how, you know, obviously the Viking warriors place where they go after death. And all throughout the movie, they were just foreshadowing it, and I picked up on that straight away. And obviously in the second post-credit scene, we see Jane conjure like the same way Odin did. So maybe Odin makes an appearance next time, or whatever they do with this Valhalla thing after death. But then yeah, she goes towards Heimdall, which is great. You know, I love the character of Heimdall. I was just sad that they killed him off in Infinity War, but I see why it was important at that time. And obviously it's interesting how they're introducing new places after death, like the ancestral plane in Black Panther, and then you have the Field of Reeds in Moon Knight. So it's interesting. How are they do they combine all of them, or what do they do with these places after death? Like, how do they factor into the overarching story? So yeah, I feel like the second post-credit scene has a mixed bag of opinions, but I find it interesting. It forced me to question why are they introducing so many after death places, and like, what are they building to exactly? Final thoughts. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Great for the character of Thor, for the like the feelings, his character arcs. Everyone's character arcs were built upon. No one was neglected too much. Definitely rank it above Multiverse of Madness in this case. Not mainly because of the filmmaking style, because both were good in their own right, but I feel like this Thor movie had more character development for Thor. Whereas in Multiverse of Madness, you had Steven, like, it sort of was building, like, to, you know, get over Christine. But it wasn't as clear cut. It was sort of just a side thing that was pushed aside when you had Wanda as the villain. But okay, yeah, that's besides the point. Thor Love and Thunder, great movie. Some of the lines were cringy, but I guess the cringe is what makes it funny though, right? Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And yes, that is me on there. See you later.